The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 24th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Yeah, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. Let those figures do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. A mixed bag out here. The Dow's off 38 while the S&P is up 4 and the NASDAQ is up 11. A very quiet market. The Russell's down 11 cents, so it is flat as well. Semis are flat. They're up 4 points. Trannies are down 40 points. The New York Stock Exchange up 15. You've got gold trading up $1.10. Sounds like I'm a man running on the water. Oh, that's all you're seeing? Oh, that's a problem. I see. Sorry about that. Thank you. Let's actually get to the actual correct chart. What did I do? There we go. So now take a look at that mixed bag out there. You can see what's going on. Makes it a little bit easier than the man. It's actually a woman, by the way, that is running on the water there. And just a beautiful rock formation. You have to admit, I mean, you might want to look at that versus Stevie's charts out here. But let's get back to these charts. You got gold up $1, silver's up 3 cents out here. Lead the charge dollar-wise, the upside, it's Aero Clean Technologies. 730%, $73. Sounds like maybe an IPO day. Shopify is up $59, up 4%. HubSpot 35. Wayfair's up 21. Those are about 5 and 8%. And John Deere's up 20 points. That's nearly 6% to the upside. You've got the Autodesk off 52 points, 17%. Dillard's down 25 or 6%. Duolingo off 10%, $13. And a plan needs a new plan. It's down 20%. It's $10. And Nordstrom is off 10. That's 30% to the downside. So a couple of big knockers. But what we're going to do is we're going to begin with the first question. It's actually the only question that we have right now. So we do encourage you to either send me an email, Steve at TFNN.com, or give us a call at 877-927-6648. But the first question goes out to Hector and Patty. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you. Hector goes on to say happy, wonderful Wednesday. Absolutely. Back at you. XLF has had 2 nice volume days off the bottom. 2 days ago, is this a buy the D point off that downtrend? So let's go take a look at that to try to answer that question specifically. So a buy the D point is going to require us to find an A to B equals CD pattern out here. So I'm going to open up the daily time frame chart. And so if we're going to do an A to B equals CD here, what would we really choose as our A to B equals CD points? What Stevie would come up with is what? This is what I would visually see here. You know, I like A to B equals CD patterns to be pretty clear, Hector. Again, it's subjective. The A point's not subjective. It's going to be the high from October 26th. Now comes the B point. I would choose this point right here, the trading day of November the 4th. And then we had a little bounce into a high into the bearish structured daily profile for the XLF. That was on November the 8th. And that would give us a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. Do we actually have a bullish reversal candle? And the truth is we don't. But, you know, So, and I know you might look at this and say, what are you talking about? All we have is this gap to the downside. We don't have a gap to the upside. It's a little spinning top. It's not a bullish reversal candle signal at this stage here. But here's what we can say. So you were asking, was that they buy the D point for new A to B equals CD to the upside? That's really the question that Hector is asking about. And whether we've got a confirmed buy the D point or not doesn't really matter. What we want to know is, hey, what is the XLF doing? And very likely what it's doing is trying to get to 40.36. I can see on my other chart that it's struggling at the oscillator and change line at 40.16. But that's your real resistance level out here. And if price can close above that, that suggests a move higher. Now, let's take a look at the weekly and the monthly time frame chart. So with regard to the financial sector, for the S&P 500, this looks pretty positive because price is above the top of the weekly and above the top of the monthly. Let's pull over Stevie's white background charts. Let's do that. And that way we can both look at what's going on here. So on the daily time frame, I had mentioned that oscillator and change line, that's the green line at 40.16. That's a resistance level. Yes, price closed above it yesterday. Right now it's struggling to do that. So it's losing some of its momentum. And we know it's got serious resistance or significant resistance at $40.36. And two closes above that would say you go back to the high. And maybe that does set up a new A to B equals CD to the upside, Hector. But can I say that with conviction? The only thing I can say with conviction is price right now is trading up into resistance. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, don't have any kind of topping signal here. Price did pull back to test, in essence, the top of that weekly profile. So that remains bullish. Price is below the oscillator and change line. So the momentum is waning, but it's not bearish. That is for sure, at least not on the weekly time frame. And as we take a look at the monthly chart as well, wait, that's the weekly. Somehow I did the weekly first. Here's the monthly, which I was supposed to do. It's just my tabs are out of order. As we take a look at the monthly time frame, yeah, I don't have anything bullish here. Let me populate this. It doesn't have all the signals up there. Yeah, I would say so longer term, Hector, when we take a look at the XLF, it looks good. Your issue right now is the daily time frame, and so the real key level would be closing above that bearish structured profile. Now, this profile formed a high below the prior high, a low below the prior low, so it tells us about a bit of a trend to the downside. I would say I would ignore that trend to the downside if price closed above 40.36. So I hope that helps you out. I hope you and Patty have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks so much for always writing in. Much appreciated, folks. I would love to hear from you as well. Whoever you are out there, I would love to hear from you. Just rifle off a security, an instrument you want me to take a look at, and that way we'll make it a wonderful Wednesday. So no other questions in the queue right now, so let's just go take a look at the general markets, get a feel for what's going on here. We'll begin by taking a look at those TAS market profiles. So what I don't recall is whether or not, so last night, there was a new profile that formed in the Dow. I don't recall if it had formed by the time we were doing the 1 o'clock show. I don't think that it did. I think that it formed coming in towards the close out there. So the cool thing about the profile levels is they help to establish for you and I where buyers and sellers reside. So in the case of the Dow, the interesting pattern that it formed yesterday, it formed, in this case here, the A to B equals CD down pattern. And let me just expand out the chart for you. That might make it a little bit easier. And we're taking a look at the Dow equity future contract, by the way. But also the Dow itself also generated a buy the D point. The diamonds generated a buy the D point. The Dow futures generated a buy the D point out there. And they did that when they generated that Three River Morning Star yesterday. Support is held. There's a couple levels of support. The one that you see here is the TAS market profile level. That's at 35,543. So the Dow should make its way to 35,977, 36,151. Probably does that on Thursday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Friday. Thursday's Turkey Day.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go talk to the doctor, Dr. Copper. We're going to do that with John in Philly. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Yes, indeed, Steve. To your family, your offspring, your spouses, everybody, happy holidays coming up to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you want to take a look at the doctor, Dr. Copper,
Yeah,
447.
Steve, here's what I'd like to ask you to do for me, please, with your tools. The background is copper peaked out in May, similar time frame for 88. Mm-hmm. And we've collected and now gone sideways, in effect, for a couple of months. I'm long for what it's worth, but that's not really, frankly, relevant. What I'm curious about is assuming that copper rallies to higher highs sometime soon enough, possibly the next couple of months. What higher projection targets do we come up with? And so what I'm curious about is probably best using your weekly or monthly charts, but asking the question, what are the measured move targets? What are the ABCD targets? What are the fib expansion targets? I ask you to do this because I know your tools just are so useful and do these calculations quickly, and I just want to be prepared for the scenario if and when copper exceeds that 490 level.
Perfect. Okay. So great. Very thorough with regard to the description of what you're looking for. So first, the first level and the only level of resistance right now from a TAS market profile standpoint is at $4.71. And that is the top of the weekly profile. We can see, as you pointed out, how price has gotten up to that level. It did it last month in October. It was going back and testing that May high out there. By the way, that May high was just simply testing a high from back in January of 2011. Now, I know that you know that, but I just simply wanted to be able to point that out to everybody that was listening in. So, in essence, price found resistance in the range where it should have. But as I pointed out, price is above the top of the daily. If I didn't point this out, it's above the top of the daily profile right now. And in order for that to happen, you need to see a close above 4.459. 2 consecutive closes above that say, okay, we're ready to go to the next level. Well, that next level would have me go to the weekly. The weekly's already above the top of the profile. That has me then go to the monthly. The monthly says we're going to $4.71. The quarterly profile is the one that is next to it, and that's above profiles as well. So any questions there?
That's self-explanatory. Thank you.
Perfect. So now John was asking about a measured move. And the reason he was asking about a measured move is if I just simply take a look at this. Now, this is perhaps the larger one than what John was looking for, but it's the one that just stands out when we take a look at. And this is the quarterly time frame. And so, therefore, what John is really looking for is a close above those highs from January of 2011, and that's at the 519 level. Now, that's not what I've used for the top of the consolidation, but in looking for a longer-term measured move, which is John is really looking for out here, we can then just simply go ahead and take that actual consolidation and move it up to the top of where that was. And that gets us into the $7 range, $7.75 out there. Any questions about the quarterly chart that we put up on the screen?
In looking at that time frame, Tim, I just must remark, I know people on Tiger TV and the Tiger's Den can see what you're referring to, but I will share this for those who aren't looking at this. This trading range, a very wide one, no doubt.
Yes.
But it has been, the highs and lows have been tested multiple times now over years and years. And frankly, I learned this best from Jim Flanagan out in Los Angeles of GAN Global Financial, who's got a price database, bar none. But these big time frames, if price exceeds above or below these large ranges, the moves can be breathtaking. And so as you're adjusting your charts on Tiger TV, I'm looking at that and saying, hey, this is potentially breathtaking. So I leave it next to you.
Yeah, so the smaller consolidation pattern would be the one where I just go back and take a look at what's gone on over the last number of 5, 6, 7 months out here. So that's the smaller consolidation. And what that is signaling to us, John, and everybody listening, is if we do see a close above $4.71 on a monthly basis, then in essence that's going to give us our smaller consolidation measure move breakout, which takes us to about 564. So I'd answer the question this way. If we do get a breakout, we're looking to move between 560 and 750, somewhere around those levels based upon whatever time frame it is we use for the consolidation pattern. The last thing that I'll add here for you is that even though the daily is taking on the top of its profile resistance, you're also above the oscillator and change line, which changed colors 3 days ago. And as it was changing colors, went from red to green, price was also testing that line. That's a completed test. That is a bullish signal. And so therefore, a close above 445 should actually take us up to our TD9 count breakdown level. Now we're getting to smaller time frames. This is the daily, but that would signal to me a move to the 475 level. So that's what the doctor is telling us, John, and thanks for the checkup, so to speak. Anything else that I can help you with?
Yeah, just in parting, I'll share this with you. It is very clear buyers are just underneath this market, and makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. We've got a rapid build-out of electric vehicles, actually globally. And
yes.
Copper consumption in electric vehicles is quite large and is a source of demand growth looking the next, 3, 5, 10 years. I'll also share this with you, seeing the same phenomenon in the lithium metal. And the best surrogate I've come to learn about that, Steve, is Albemarle, the U.S.-based company, ticker symbol ALB, which I believe is the largest U.S.-based lithium producer with supply source businesses, I think, on 3 continents. So, but that, of course, also is in high demand and growing demand to build out the electric vehicle fleet. So I just share that in passing. Have yourself a good weekend. Thanks so much for your help.
You bet. That was John in Philly, and thanks for that information as well. By the way, ALB ALB is the ticker symbol, as John pointed out, today testing the key level of support, and that is its daily profile, 267.94. Odds favor run to the 278 level out there. So thanks for that call. Let's see if we've got any other requests here that have come in by email, and the answer is we do not. Of course, I would love to hear from you folks, 877-927-6648. Let's get back to those weekly or daily profiles. We're taking a look at the Dow Equity Future Contract. So it formed a three-river morning star pattern. Yes, so that was a 3-day pattern. That was the bullish signal. And you have a new profile that formed, the bottom of which is 35,543. The actual support level for this pattern, this A to B equals C to this, a Gartley buy pattern out here, is 35,370. If price were to close below that, it would negate the pattern. But that's not where we're at right now. So what we should see here is the Dow Equity Future Contract go target where the sellers are at. And sellers reside between 35,977 and 36,151. You get above that, and that's a signal you go back to the highs and perhaps beyond. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets, but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Got the Dow down 30, S&P's up 7, NASDAQ 125 to the upside, Russell's up 3. Let's go to our next question that has come in. This one from Tim B. Tim wants to take a look at Amazon, AMZ, and as a ticker symbol. Could you please look at Amazon for a possible break to all-time highs? Thank you and happy Thanksgiving. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So the number you're watching for here, and it really comes next week, Tim, is 35.94.66. We're trading right now at 35.92. At 35.94.66, that is the top of the monthly profile. And if price can close above that, we were talking about, John, about consolidation patterns. We were taking a look at high-grade copper. Well, it turns out that if we look at Amazon on a monthly time frame, you can also see a clear consolidation pattern here. Now, even though price is trading above what I use as a consolidation, at the time that I drew that consolidation pattern in, we didn't have this current monthly profile. So now we know where the sellers reside. That's always at the top of the profile. And if price can close above that, sellers will have failed and says that we should go higher. Higher to where? Now, over time, this would be a consolidation measure move breakout and suggest that Amazon gets in the 42.27-ish type area. Don't hold me to the dollar or to the T, but that would be the consolidation breakout. As we look at how Amazon is trading in relationship to its other profiles, there's one other battle, and that's at 36.36. So price would really need to close above 36.36.11 to give you that all-out breakout mode out here. Now, what I need to do for Amazon is pull over the other charts. I just need to understand if that was a topping signal at the high from last week. And as I take a look at the charting pattern, I don't have it as a topping signal. All I have it as is moving back to a prior swing point area, rejecting it, price pulling back and testing support, which is that green oscillator and change line. It still is above that, so Amazon looks pretty strong. Doesn't mean it can't pull back to 35.10. Doesn't mean it can't pull back to 32.10. But right now, the sentiment here is bullish as we take a look at its daily time frame. Again, just looking at the weekly. So the weekly, the nice thing about the weekly is we can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It took place the week of July 16th. That went ahead and took price lower. That's also set up part of this consolidation, although the consolidation to a certain extent was going on before this. If I look at the monthly time frame, so it just tells us that those highs, so the high out here that price now needs to clear to negate the weekly sell signal is 37.7308. So we've moved it up a tad, but that's because we're going back, taking a look at the charts and trying to understand if there's any other levels of resistance other than what we normally use. In this case here, we're taking a look at candlestick and pattern resistance, and that's what we see back in July on the weekly time frame. And on the monthly chart, you had that shooting star candle, that shooting star that formed in July of 2021. So that's at that 37.7308. So I think we've nailed this here, Tim, and it's at 37.73. Let me just make sure I give it to you, 37.7308. And if price can close above that, that's the level to be watching. Then what we're looking for is that measured move that should take Amazon into the 4,200 area. So I hope that helps you out so much. Thanks again for writing in, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So no other questions I see, none by email, none inside the Tiger's Den. So what should we do? That's the question out here. So what should we do? Well, let me come back and see what's moving, what's grooving out here. Steve, XBI. Well, there you go. Thank you, Dan. And please, everybody else inside the Tiger's Den, if you have something you'd like me to look at, please post it in there. It makes my job a whole heck of a lot easier. So we take a look at the Spiders Trust S&P Biotech ETF out there. We can see right now it's trading out at 119.81. So let me get my other charts going here. XBI. Give me a moment to do that. Price is trading below its weekly profiles, its daily profiles, it's inside the monthly profiles. And Dan writes, I think the bottom is in. Well, let's go see if we got any kind of a bottom pattern out here. So to a certain extent, Dan, and I know you're looking at yesterday's hammer candle, so a nice candle there. It is a nicer candle when it completes a pattern. And so here we can draw in an A to B equals CD. The A point out here that we'll use is November the 4th. The B point that we would use out here is going to be, I always hate doing this, but it's the way it's got to be done. Yeah. So the B point is going to be the B and the C point. The low of November 10th is the B point. The high of November 10th is also the C point out there. So there's our 1 to basically a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. Gets confirmed with that hammer candle. So I would concur with you that we do have a bottoming pattern that is a by the D point. So where's the next hurdle for XBI. Very clear, at least right now on these charts, that hurdle is going to be 123.17. Now, not that price has to get back inside there by Friday, but boy, it sure would be nice to regain that profile level. Just to have a clearer message out here. But let's pull over Stevie's white background charts, Dan, and see what else we can find out here. What else was going on? Well, price was also testing, and it rejected its breakout level, and that was at the 118.50 area. So it's nice when you get a confirmation pattern at a breakout area. So that's what you got inside of XBI. So on the daily time frame chart, your next resistance level is going to be 122.62. No idea, and we can see that price really needs to clear that. That's the counter trend move, would be to 122.62. If price can clear that, then price should go target its profile levels or its TD9 count breakdown area. Now, there may be new profiles that form, Dan, as price gets up to that area. Currently, their profile levels would be 128.43 and 129.70, and then the breakdown level would be 132.47. Obviously, there's a lot of things that need to happen before that, and the first one here on a daily time frame is that 122 and change level that price needs to clear. If we look at the weekly time frame out here, this is the monthly. Let me just change this up here. What happened? There we go. Let's get to the weekly. It's kind of nice to do this in order. I say kind of nice. It is nice. So on a weekly time frame, you also had price hitting the breakout level of 118.86. So you'd certainly like to see price at least remain above that to give us a signal that the bottom may be in. Its oscillator and change line is 125.53. So if price can close above that, we're looking at a move to the 134.41 area. If I look at a monthly time frame chart out here, actually on a monthly basis, this is going to be, or it looks like it will become, bar number 8. But in order for this to become bar number 8 this month, price has to close below 121. Oops, hold on. Sorry. Bar 4. Has to close below 123.41. If it doesn't, then the pattern gets negated out there. But you'd certainly like to have a bottoming signal. Now, the issue here is that in order for bar number 9 to form, which has to form, it has to close, this is on a monthly basis, it has to close below 132.84. So let's not get too hung up into the TD9 counts out here, although it did top with the TD9 count. You'd certainly like to see this bottom with a TD9 count out there. What we really know is that the oscillator and change line is a key level of resistance, Dan, and that's really the last thing that I'd want to pass on to you, and that's at 134.43. So has the XBI bottom? Absolutely, just like the Dow. It generated a nice bottoming pattern, a buy the D point. In the case of the Dow, it was a Gartley buy pattern out there, and it does look like XBI has bottom. So what do I recommend for everybody? Go see what the top 10 components are inside this. Go chart those and see which ones are helping to make this move. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We're about to go to a breakout here. It is the day before Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're traveling, if you're listening to the archive, travel safe out there. We'll be back. We will be back to work on Monday. Of course, we work pretty much every day in these markets. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. A couple of questions that have come in. This one from Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Brent says, would appreciate your help with Clovis Oncology. CLVS went long yesterday at 310. You did it based upon the weekly chart. You've got an A to B equals CD pattern out there. Okay, perfect. Also, the better relative strength at the low compared to 2019. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for that. So I take a look at Clovis Oncology. Here's what we know right now. Price is trading below the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. What price did do is it got back, not right to the penny. The penny would have been $2.93. That's its all-time low. Well, I believe it is. That's the all-time low out here, at least that I've got on my charts. This only takes me back to 2011. And that was testing the swing point from October of 2019. Now, it didn't actually test it. We probably would have preferred to see it do that at 293, but nonetheless, it got down. As I said, I think the low yesterday was 304, or maybe it was the day before out there, so just a few pennies. So now what we need to do is try to figure out in Clovis Oncology, where are the battlegrounds here for Brent to the upside. So we'll open up the daily time frame chart first. And on the daily, that level is going to be its oscillator and change line, which is red. And so price on a further rally or further bounce, your next level is at 354. That's where the battle is. Now, it's obviously going to move up or down a tad, but right around that range. And if price can clear that, which it has not been able to do for several weeks out here, that would be your indication that there's been a change in trend, or a slight change in trend at least. Then price would go up and target the profile levels, but there's likely going to be a new profile that will form if price can take out that 354 level. So let's just assume that the profile, so when the new profile forms, we'll have to take a look at that. And I would say if price can clear that red oscillator and change line, then you're looking to move to about 457. That's the TD9 count breakdown level on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, you see a hammer candle right now, but the week's not over. It will be over on Friday at 1. If I look for patterns here, any other pattern than the one that you went and took the trade on, I don't have anything. Here, what is the signal information to us? Other than closing above the oscillator and change line 386, I really say the real signal here on a weekly basis, so we'll keep it to that time frame, because a slightly bullish structured profile would be price would need to close above 444. If you see that, if this profile remains active, Brent, then that's what you'd be looking for to give you a high sign to the upside. And on a monthly time frame, I don't have anything here to really help us out. So all the best to you, your family. As always, thanks for your calls. Thanks for your emails. And we'll look forward to speaking to you next week or when we speak to you. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Clovis Oncology. We have a couple of requests here. One has come in from the YouTube channel, and that was to take a look at ticker symbol AGI. So there's a few that have come in. I'm just going to stick with the white background charts right now. So if we take a look at AGI, the signal here is what? I don't have a bottoming signal, and would suggest that price moved lower on the daily time frame. Price is below its daily profile. So I'm going to come back to this black background chart. Let me see what AGI's other profile levels are. And just AGI. Come on, Stevie, you can type. I know you can. So that's Alamos Gold. So support's really kind of, so where's the support to the downside? 775 would be one level, and 731 would be the other. But if gold bottoms, which it may have, then the bottom in this may be in. So it's not completely clear. We haven't gotten the total high sign in gold that it has bottomed out here. But with regard to Alamos Gold, right now I just say it's consolidating in between its weekly profile between 731 and 834 and 775 is the level of support. Let's go to a caller. We've got Robert in Kansas. Robert, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thank you. Hey, you can finish up your dialogue on gold. I don't want to interrupt that for your viewers.
I hadn't started one. I was just taking a look at one ticker symbol, Alamos Gold. So I'll try to find time during the show to do that. But okay. I know that you would like to take a look at light sweet crude and tell the folks what you're doing and how I can best help you.
Yeah, so I was looking at light sweet crude. As I like it when it tops off and kind of like on a daily or weekly chart and kind of goes sideways at the top, doesn't get much of a retracement. To me, that's pretty bullish. But however, it's pulled back more than I like it to. And this recent pop, I heard you say you thought it was more of a counter trend rally. So I'd like to get your thoughts on crude oil, like on a daily chart or weekly.
Sure. So two excellent time frames to take a look at, Robert. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. With regard to light sweet crude, if we look at the weekly time frame chart, you'll really see what it's doing. And it's just trading in that consolidation mode that you were talking about. So what you know is that buyers reside at $75.97 and sellers reside at $84.31. So it is just in a sideways consolidation. It did on a weekly basis. It did form a TD9 count top, and that was the high from the week of October 25th. So I don't have that chart up on the screen, but I know that that's what it did, and that has just led to the sideways consolidation. When we slide over to the daily time frame chart, this is where it's not clear to me if this is just a counter trend move or not. In order to tell you and I that it's not a counter trend move, we would need to see a close or two consecutive closes above 80.09. The reason is because that is a bearish structured profile. And if price can close above a bearish structured profile, that would then at least signal to us that price is headed back to 84.31. Now, So that's why I would say that's, and you can see the daily profile. That's in our left-hand upper corner screen out here. The new profile formed below the prior profile. It's an indication of a trend to the downside. But you and I clearly see how 75.97 has acted as support. So it's this. I hate being wishy-washy. I'm not trying to be wishy-washy. We've got a TD9 count top in the weekly. It's only led to a consolidation. It's still in that consolidation. Is it a counter trend move from a daily standpoint? It's got to clear this 80.09 level. Does that help?
Yeah, it's. I'm going to continue watching it. Inconclusive at the moment.
Yeah, although 75.97 is certainly an area to consider buy. And if price closes below that, then that's a signal to you and I that we should see a lower price. Now, there's an A to B equals C. We won't even start. I won't even go into that right now.
Well, I'm looking for more of a longer term trade. I just don't want to hold it for 2 or 3 days or so. Something a little longer than that. Sure. Well, the best thing would be for us to get on a daily time frame some kind of bottoming pattern while the uptrend continues. And as I take a look at a daily time frame, I don't have that. But today's going to be bar number 7
or appears will be bar number 7. So perhaps we get a TD9 count, and we get that next week. Could happen on Friday, though. But we get that next week, and that TD9 count occurs before 74.67, and that might be an entry area into it. So let's look at it next week, okay, Robert?
Yeah, I guess one thing you could say is if it doesn't clear, like what it hit on November the 9th or 10th, that tells you it's not healthy, right?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Steve. You have a great holiday, you and your family.
I will. You bet. Thanks for calling. That was Robert in Kansas. So we get back from this break. I'll do my best to get through in 2 minutes, the instruments that have been requested out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secure investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
All right, folks, here's our request. We'll go through them quickly. NVIDIA. If we take a look at NVIDIA on a daily time frame, it's got that nice Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price is not busted through any key levels of support. There is a new profile that formed yesterday. The support level there is 293.85, resistance 334. Price is trading above its oscillator and change line. A close above 321 today would suggest a move to 334. A close above 334, you go back to that all-time high and try to take out that Rhodes momentum indicator top. The next request was to take a look at Microsoft, MSFT. As we take a look at it, very similar to, let's say, NVIDIA. And it has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is not busting through any levels of support. It's just consolidating with inside its daily profile. Support here is 332.43. Resistance is 343.92. Not clear to me which way price wants to go in Microsoft, but if price tests 332.43 and holds, that may be the extent of its move to the downside. The next request was to take a look at CNHI. CNHI is showing us what? This is the daily time frame. The daily time frame here shows what? Shows that price is below the bottom of its daily profile. That could mean that it's leading to lower price out here. If I look at the weekly chart, just looking for any kind of a signal, you have a TD9 count top that is in place, but price is above the top of the profile. So the area to watch there is 1710. Its signal is somewhat neutral because of the topping pattern, but it's neutral because price is above resistance. That is the top of its profile, below the oscillator and change line. So it's kind of an in-betweener out there. So with regard to CNHI, just expect some sideways movement. Nothing is broken down at the moment. The last one is for the energy sector out here. As we take a look at it, price right now trading right up into resistance. That's at 58.05. You're trading at 57.88 right now. Do I have any kind of a bottoming signal? I don't, but price is trading with inside. It's a daily profile. The resistance there is 58.59. You close above that, it's off the races to the upside. Folks, thanks so much for being here on Wonderful Wednesday. I want you to have a terrific Thanksgiving out there. Again, we'll be closed on Friday, but back at it on Monday morning. So be safe, enjoy your family and friends, and eat lots of food. That's what Thanksgiving is for. And then do a lot of exercise. But have a terrific weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.